Menagerie Warrior just got a couple of huge buffs, and now the deck feels really good. I just went 8-2 with it, and most of the games were pretty easy. The best card in the deck is Power Slider, a 3-mana minion that was recently buffed to be a 2/3. It has Rush and gains +1/+1 for each minion type you've played throughout the game. It's pretty easy for this to be like a 3-mana 7/8 or even better. The other buff to this deck came to Warrior's legendary Rockmaster Voon, now a 3-mana 4/3 that copies a minion of each type in your hand. So a lot of value on this 3-mana 4/3, and it's extra good if it's a follow-up to Party Animal, a 2-mana 2/3 that gives +1/+1 to a minion of each type in your hand. So you can get like 4 buffs in your hand, and then you can copy all those buffs, and it's just a ton of value. If you don't hit Voon, then you can fall back on Roaring Applause, a 2-mana spell that draws a card and then repeats for each different minion type in play. Pretty easy for this to be like a 2-mana draw 5. The final part of the Menagerie package is, of course, going to be the One-Amalgam Band, a 7-mana legendary minion that gains a keyword for each minion type you've played throughout the game, up to 8 keywords. It's very easy for us to max this out. We play a ton of different minion types, including 4 copies of other Amalgam minions, so this thing is threatening almost always when we play it. As I said, I had an 80% win rate with this deck. It felt really strong to me. You should never craft the deck just based off one person's experience, but if you happen to have the cards, definitely give it a shot.
I alone will shield my people.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
I just want a Party Animal hand. Frequency Oscillator surely is a good card off the mulligan, right? It's actually not. But I think with Party Animal, it looks so much better, right? I think it's worth keeping here. Oh, look at all these buffs from my Party Animal. Probably coin the Party Animal. Kind of a 6/7, which is pretty nice, especially for just 2 mana. Make sure not to waste the oscillator discount on the mistake here. What a sad turn for the opponent. Oh, a Party Animal. I think I just play the 2/6 that does 3 damage, though. What removal does this deck have? Do I need to be worried about my 2/4 dying rather than my 2/3? Whatever, probably not. Raging Fell Screamer. That is an interesting card. I think I like the taunt over the Pozic here. And we're already at the point where pushing damage with the weapon looks pretty good. This might just be a turn 5 lethal. It's nice to kill them before they can play Reno. Oh, okay, that's probably just not good enough though. They are dead. And I even drew 3 more damage.
To all my fans, this one is for you.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
Is Pozic a keep? This list I'm referencing does not play Pozic, so let me just search for a deck that plays Pozic. Okay, Mech Mage with 20,000 games plays Pozic. And it's actually the worst card off the mulligan in this deck. Interesting. Alright, I looked at 2 games and Pozic's not a mulligan keep. Or 2 decks, rather. That's good enough for me to toss it. Damn it, I looked at a 3rd deck and it's the best card off the mulligan. Alright, Control Priest. Okay, the next deck I looked at, it was also bad. Pazik is back. Okay, so I probably just play this here. But I could go Roaring Applause into Click Clocker Roaring Applause. But I think I want the 2/2 in play. It's kind of bad on mana. It doesn't get a buff, but I think it's fine. Dude, Pazik actually just has a random mulligan win rate in decks. Anyway. This thing is already kind of big. 3 mana 4/5. Probably just play it. So before this would have been a 3 mana 3/4. Yeti is a lot better than Spider Tank. So, seems like a pretty good buff so far. Oh, we get to hit him with the Pazik Overdraw, maybe? End your turn? Oh. 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 So I do have to trade off one of my Roaring Applause minions, unfortunately. My next turn can be Rowdy Fan Roaring Applause, which draws maybe 4 cards if they kill Pazik. Alright, looks like it draws 3 cards. Four cards? Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Did the little tooltip on Rowdy Fan say +4 attack? Like when I hovered over? I think it did. Could be wrong though. Alright, I drew some cards. Love Everlasting. Why can you discover Love Everlasting, but you can't discover a couple of the other ones? Okay, so I do have Amalgam of the Deep. I think Quillbore tends to be the best target because you hit one Amalgam Band, like, I don't know, 60% of the time or something, 75% of the time. So I do like playing Amalgam. I can also play Sword Eater here, so like Sword Eater bump the 1/5 in. Or I can go, what, Oscillator, Double Oscillator, Amalgam, Rowdy Fan. Maybe I want to draw some cards. Let's just go, I think I like Sword Eater Amalgam. We do love the One-Amalgam Band. I think I like a 1/4 more than a 2/1 and a 1/1. It's just a nice sturdy minion. It's a pretty good buff receiver from the other Rowdy Fan. And it's just a minion in play for Roaring Applause, which is nice. Pretty easy to make Roaring Applause draw 6 here if they don't deal with my board. Which, I'll say it, 2 mana draw 6 is kind of silly. 2 mana draw 5 though, pretty balanced. I don't think Identity Theft is that good against my hand. Maybe the One-Amalgam Band, but I don't think they use it very well. So, let's go ahead and go... I do need a mech in play. So we go mech, we go Rolling Stone, and we draw 6. Oh, we really want Voon to be hitting One-Amalgam Bands. Oh, and we're gonna have so many One-Amalgam Bands. Love to see it. Alright, so... let's do this. Clean the Scene is pretty strong here. They could have... Oh god, they can Whirlpool my One-Amalgam bands. That's kind of rough, actually. Okay. That was powerful. One or 2 mana 3/3 rush. 3/3. I can put it up to 6 power. I'd have to trade off a 2/1, which is maybe fine. How big are you? Oh, you're real big. Probably power slider into that. Then I have 5 mana. Maybe it's just a school teacher. What if I go double Reef Walker? That gives me 3 rush. Kinda sketch. Horus Rift. I mean, it's definitely Chorus Rift. So turn 9 is maybe Reef Rowdy. That gives me 6 from hand. Pretty good to get through. Not really expecting them to have many more taunts. Is that active? It is not, but still a 2/2 rush. Okay, powerful. I do love a party animal. Hit him with the old Reef. Man, I love these One-Amalgam bands. I'm just gonna be so sad when all 6 of them die to 1 Whirlpool. Maybe I can bait out a Whirlpool before then, though. Wow, 5 on their One-Amalgam band. I guess they did steal my Amalgam and my Rolling Stone, and then... well, the Glacial Shard didn't really contribute. So that's 2. They played School Teacher. Did they play Reef Walker, or was that another game where it got stolen from me? Wait, that's... doesn't even count, because they had an Elemental already. How is this 5? Is my opponent cheating? Did this have lifesteal? It did. Well, I can just trade Reef Walker plus a fish into it. And then I can go face with Rowdy Fan, but like... they just play another one that probably also has lifesteal. Maybe I'm Vooning this turn. I can play 2, and puts my hand down to 6. Voon draws 4, that puts me up to 10. I can play Astalor, leaves me at 10. Nothing I'd be drawing is really that good. I just straight up did the math wrong. I don't overdraw. Okay. Well, I think even if I did overdraw, I was kind of fine with it. But if I don't overdraw, that's great. Kind of unlucky that Astalor is not a totem, but, you know. No, they can Voon their One-Amalgam band. Well, I guess if my One-Amalgam band gets Whirlpooled here, it at least kills a couple of theirs. So, good turn to play it. insane party animal. Yeah, I don't want to play... If I play School Teacher and One-Amalgam Band, then I actually just lose my entire hand to Whirlpool. So let's go for this guy. They're all 8/8s, right? And then we bonk there. I don't think I'm really worried about this Astalor. They can synchronize it, but I don't know. They've got amalgams they can synchronize. I think I'm just doing this. Okay, no Whirlpool. But this is really strong. They're gonna heal for 14. Oh, they didn't get lifesteal. Oh, that is a huge bummer for them. They're probably not quite dead for that. I have 10 damage. Oh, they broke their thing too. I think I do just simply play another One-Amalgam Band. I think it's actually worth just putting the damage on this. It's kind of bad against Fight Over Me, I guess. They're at 7. I can push them down to 5. I do have weapons in deck. I kind of feel like every point of damage matters. It's very possible that this was a bad trade, though. Alright, they've got 7 on this One-Amalgam Band. No taunt, so it does have lifesteal. Let's see if School Teacher can find like a slam or something and execute. And I also think it's pretty good to play Astalor here, because having big Astalor in hand is just so much pressure. I maybe should have even valued playing it last turn. And this is also, like, I kind of wanted to play the One-Amalgam Bands because of Whirlpool while they still had One-Amalgam Bands. But they also still have Astalor number 5. So, like, this is also good against Whirlpool. They're also just dead to Whirlpool here because I have big Astalor. Oh, double Ziliax. They do stack. Well, they're dead to Astalor. Can I kill them with One-Amalgam Band? That's way more hype. I think I had 15... I think I had 17 with One-Amalgam Band, which I think was lethal.
Will serve me in death. Now you're sailing on my seas.
Mistake. Probably don't keep Rowdy Fan, even though it's pretty good on Mistake.
I see you brought guests.
Surely I don't whiff on my 2-drop next turn, right? I play 10 of them? Although Roaring Applause is not particularly good. What a bad matchup to miss a drop.
Our gift of the arcane enlightens us.
Hit him with the hot tech card. Definitely playing Pozic next turn.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
I think.
Hey, you!
Yeah, I'll play Pazik. Oh wait, I can just kill this, huh? Should I kill this? I don't care if they can kill Pazik. Why do I just push 3. Just go face. I trade too much. Alright. Well, I think Sword Eater is just simply too good to pass up here. Is there any reason I would care about them having a mech versus having something that can be healed for 1? Mech is probably ever so slightly scarier. They could be playing Amalgam, and then it could discover Ziliax, and that could be a whole thing. I don't think it matters, though. Okay. Probably just send my weapon into that. Party animal's not super good here, but it does fill out my mana. They did use the coin this turn, which gives me an extra turn to buff up these power sliders and get them down before Soul Stealer. They're currently 5/6s, which is kind of pathetic. Let's just go party animal school teacher. So bad. I guess a 1-mana 3/4 kind of is not bad. I am a little low in value. Maybe I want training session. Go here, they're at 32. I push 8. I'll go training session. I think they're all kind of mediocre. School teacher feels like... I feel like warrior is probably the worst class for school teacher. Which is fitting, because warrior is also just the worst class. I think statistically it's the second worst class. Yeah, but there's no way that Naga Mage is... Mage is the worst class, but I don't believe Naga Mage is that bad. I think people are just bad at playing it. Alright, asphyxiate down. Oh, this draws so many cards. Does it? Actually, I do have 2 beasts and a typeless minion in play. But it does draw a lot. Probably just want to play my power sliders here, though. Get a couple 7/8s down before Soul Stealer. Bonk. And... this one. This 7/8 survives Corpse Explosion. Maybe I should have done something to make this one survive Corpse Explosion. I guess I would have had to trade with Pazik. Actually, I guess I could have just not traded into the 3/3, huh? Because I do have a taunt. That was probably better. Just don't trade with this. And then they actually couldn't have even killed off their 3/3 since I have this taunt, so it would have been 1 less corpse for the Corpse Explosion anyway. Alright. So I've got 14, 17. This is sometimes lethal. Not very often. And not this time, unfortunately. It might be worth calling to the stand here. Sniping Astalor would be good. Sniping Soul Stealer would obviously be really, really good. If I put my opponent to 2, I have a Sword Eater I can draw, I have a Woodcutter's Axe, and I have an Astalor. So I do think putting them to 2 is pretty good. How can Call to the Stand go wrong? Gnome Muncher? I think they might have munched if they had it. This is an extremely sketchy Call to the Stand. Okay, that's fine. It wasn't really a threat, but it's also still not a threat. And hey, if they Soul Stealer, I killed a Sylvanas. Wonder if this can ever hit lethal taunt minions. Maybe kind of lethal with like a Stone Skin Gargoyle. Shatter Skin Gargoyle, I think it's called. Okay, not Soul Stealer. That's my favorite Soul Stealer, is not. I don't think a Blood Boil or a Corpse Explosion would be good enough here. No, my training session. If they somehow deal with my board, that actually does suck. Because that was a lot of value. It looks like I probably just have lethal. Maybe not, actually. Oh, my trusty Reef Walker is lethal. Dude, you always play Reef Walker in this deck, dude. It's just always Reef Walker.
Guide me to victory. Now you're sailing on my seas.
We love Party Animal. I think I toss Rolling Stone without a 1-drop. Is Roaring Applause a good mulligan card? It is not. Okay. That is what I expected. No, I got a non-typed minion. So gross and yucky. I think I don't play the Oscillator here. It gets buffed by Party Animal, and if I play it here, it trades with Peaceful Piper or Free Spirit. So I think this getting buffed up to 2 health is just so good. Voon. I mean, the extra greedy play is to try to copy Party Animal, but there's just no way that's good. It's just too slow. Pretty trash Party Animal here, though. I do still think that Voon and Astalor are good cards in the deck, though. Oh my god, dude, this draw is sick. Okay, so Reef Walker's super good here. It kills this Groovy Cat. The main reason to not play Reef Walker is that I can Voon my Reef Walker next turn, and that's so nasty. But it's probably just Reef Walker. They can hero power my Party Animal or my Reef Walker, but they do have 2 separate things they want to be able to hero power. And, I don't know, it's not a great 3-mana turn. Alright, pretty good Voon. And, I'm very glad this thing's a 3-2. Oh wow, Voon doesn't copy in the same order. That's interesting. Do I want to send a 2-2 into a 3-2? It does protect my Voon a little bit. Yeah, miss 2 damage to probably push 2 extra next turn. I think that's worth. These drum soloists look pretty terrible at the moment. I feel like this card should have Rush by default and then gain Taunt. That would definitely make it better. And it also just seems kind of thematic, right? Because if you have a board, you want Rush, so you can keep having a board. And if you're losing, then Taunt is probably nice to have. And I don't think that would be, like, too good for some reason. Alright, well I have 14 damage here. Oh, a Power Slider. I can't really make Power Slider better. Better and playable. I guess 6/6 Taunt is just, like, pretty good here, though. Well, Underking was pretty good here. But I still have 10 in play. Party Animal is pretty good here. It only buffs 2 things. Let's just do all the stuff that's not Party Animal. This power slider is not super big. But I just want max tempo against Druid because I want them to constantly be worried about dying.
Time waits for no one.
That's a pretty risky mishmasher. I have 13 and they're at 13.
I concede.
Beautiful. Man, the Voon was actually sick that game with the frequency oscillators.